Hi, my name is Gary Lee, and I'm currently in Java 2, and here's my project as a final project. Essentially, the creation of my project was originated from my interest in animals. I enjoy watching TV shows that are related to the nature and animals and lives. So recently, I aspired to create a program that could conveniently store the data of the animals I like and store the information about those animals. And that would be a really fun experience and a really fun tool for me to enjoy and for me to achieve my goals and interests. So essentially, there are two main things that I learned that I actually apply in my project. First is the idea of OOP, object-oriented programming. I use some classes and objects to be instantiated and created to store the basic functions and methods and the objects of the animals. Furthermore, I use some abstraction and inheritance to extend some categories of animals such as dogs and cats that are not necessarily animal, but they are part of animal. And here are two code examples of my project. First, I have some classes and objects being instantiated. And second of all, I have some inheritance class. You can see I have a class of cat and a class of dog extends from the animals. And now I'm going to go through a quick demonstration to my program. Essentially, you can see that we print out and actually restore some information about some dogs, one dog named Eric and another cat named Gary into two separate classes, one called cat, another called dog. Furthermore, I created a shelter class that actually store the two the dog and the cats together and to manipulate the information in an easier way. Continue on. My favorite part of this project is to manipulate the objects using the constructors and to change the inputs, the outputs, the data type, and that should be really fun and memorable experience because that gave me a lot of freedom and it has to be it barely has any limitations, and it could be a place where I can be creative and enjoy my skills and having a lot of freedom. Even though I am satisfied with my projects, there are still things I believe I can work on in the future to make my project even better. Essentially, first, I can basically establish more classes beside cats and dogs. That should not be a hard thing to do, but that should definitely be a more uh, important thing for us to consider. Furthermore, I can like add more methods that allow users to interact with the animals and animal shelters. Currently, I have classes and methods that help me to change the hunger and the thirst of the animals. But in the future, I'm going to change and add more methods on breed and other functions. And lastly, I would like to add a JFrame GUI in the future to make my project more interactive with the user and looks more aesthetic. And thank you. That's it about my projects. Thank you for watching.